Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the next episode of the Hillbilly Files. For those of you who don't know, my name is Leo and I will be your host today. And once again, we find ourselves on the side of a desolate road in the middle of nowhere on a mission. Now, this one, I know I tell y'all all the time that this one is unusual, but I can't help it, you know. That's just the nature of the beast, you know. They're unusual. This one is too. It's just the way it is. This one is and will be unusual as well. Now, like I said, I am out by the side of the road, as you can see here, parked in a curve, little wide spot I've actually drove by probably 1,000 times in my life and never really gave it much thought. And it's just a little wide spot beside the road. I'm up from a little place called Lick Creek, West Virginia. It's about a quarter mile that way. Little community of Rawl, West Virginia, R-A-W-L, is right up that way. See where that trucks are going? Right up there around that mountain is the little West Virginia community of Rawl. But we're not here for Rawl or Lick Creek, as a matter of fact. We are here, like I said, because we have something unusual. Now, y'all know how we like to investigate. You know what I mean. It's just something that we do, you know, and so far it's worked out pretty good for us. But in our downtime, when we're not, you know, doing investigations for the channel and stuff, in our downtime, we like to investigate them too. I can't help it. It's just a thing, you know. Why does Scooby-Doo do it? I don't know. Anyway, I was going over some tax maps and just doing a little bit of research, looking, you know, that sort of thing. Just scouring the countryside, basically, looking for unusual patterns, strange things, you know. You'd be surprised. We not long ago found what is most likely the oldest grave in Mingo County, one of them for sure, one of the original settlers, and had been lost for many, many, many years. And we found it under a bunch of garbage, you know, in plain view right in town. But this one promises to be something interesting too. You know, an old saying, something to write home about. And this should be something to write home about. Now, as I was going over these old tax maps, I just happened to run across two very suspicious looking little squares. Just two little blocks that just totally looked out of place. Too small to be a homestead, right? Really awkward place too. But I got to looking and it got me curious. So I pulled up Google Earth and started going through old satellite imagery and stuff like that. And just curious, you know. I'm on the scent now. I'm on the trail. I can't help it. So anyway, I find one from, I think, March of 2012. Don't quote me on that. I think that was it. But anyway, it showed what looked to be a small graveyard right down here. Now, this is, like I said, this is just outside of Lick Creek. I know where the Lick Creek Cemetery is. I know, you know, you could say I know a few cemeteries in the area. You know, if you've been watching the channel, you could say I know a few cemeteries in the area. The thing about this one is it's unknown. This cemetery doesn't exist on paper. It exists on a satellite image and on tax documents, but it's not here. Other than that, it doesn't exist. It's another one that's just been somehow slipped through the cracks And it looks like it was, at one time at least, you know, pretty nice, well maintained. And it dawned on me that this little wide spot that I mentioned, that's what this little wide spot was actually here for. It's here for that graveyard. But, you know, the road and the guardrails and time and tide wait for no man, right? And so the world has just simply moved on, I suppose, and just kind of moved off and left everyone down there. They're somewhere over the side of this hill, down in here somewhere in this tangled mess is an old graveyard that I'm going to see if I can't find today. Now it's a pretty decent day to do it. It's obviously not too hot. You know, I think we go ahead and say that. It's definitely not too hot. But it's about 25, maybe 30, something like that. So it's a good day to be out doing some mountain climbing. Now, from what I can tell, I have approximately, let me get here where I can point and show you around this big log here, somewhere approximately 100 yards, and as near as I can tell, about 65 feet down from my current location altitude, should be this old graveyard. There should be 2 rows of stones that are straight in a line, and they should be fairly easy to find. I'm thinking if I get even remotely close, it should be pretty easy to find. But there's only one way to find out, right? You cannot do this kind of thing from a desk. There is literally only one way to do this, and that is to jump in feet first and just climb straight down the mountain. Well, over here, this looks a little bit easier right here, tiny bit. That's a tiny bit easier to go straight down the mountain, crawl through the whatever, over the whatever, and till you get there and see if you can't find it. But that's what it takes. That's how you do it. It's a great day for it though, ain't it? Look at this. It's a great place too. Beautiful out here. A little trashy by the road, but you know, it's by the road, I suppose. You'll have that from time to time. Now that we have all of that out of the way, I ran my mouth for a little while there, didn't I? Sorry. But anyway, we're all on the same page now. Well, I'm down about 15 feet maybe, so we'll see how far down it is. Luckily, it looks like I've got a game path, a game trail here that I can follow. At least for now, it seems to be going the direction that I want to go. I'm trying to get right straight down. I don't know how well y'all can see this on camera. See how this hillside is over here and that hillside over there. Yeah, this comes out to a point somewhere down in here. It should level off, and I'm thinking that that's where I'll find it. But I have seen it, like I said, on satellite, so I know there is one here somewhere. A lot of times I'm just going on something, an article, a news article, or you know, something like that. This time I'm going on pretty good evidence, at least. You know, I mean, I've seen what looks like a graveyard. Looks like 2 rows of stones. I see a fence. There's a fence post. Of course, that always, you know, don't always indicate what you're looking for. See a little flat spot here. A couple little tram roads, one right there and one above it. You know, logging. All this is pretty young growth here. All the big stuff looks like it's been cleared out. A couple pines, there's a couple left, about it. I think I see stones. I think I see something. Break through the vines here. Alright. I would go around right there. I see fence. We'll have to go through this stuff. Ain't no other way. Deer do it. Deer go right through that stuff. Deer can do it, I can do it. I see stones. There they are. Looks like the research was on point, don't it? Research right on point. These don't look that old. 80s. I see an 80s. 70s. There should be another one too. There should be two here. Two squares. I don't know if one might be older than the other. I think I see something. I think I see something down there. I'm not sure. I'll check in a second. Alright, let's see who we have here. Okay, that goes Edith. Nope, that's a different one. Looks like there's 7 here. And like I said, this graveyard is not shown that we can find anywhere. So we'll look and see if maybe these people are possibly being shown as being at some other graveyard, or simply not listed at all, which is most likely the case. This is tangled. Thelma Elkins, 1919 to 2008. Martha Elkins, 1896 to 1975. Edith Elkins, 1920 to 2011. Marie Perkins, 1927 to 1990. This one is, oh, that's thorny. Inez Elkins, 1917 to 1989. Now watch them thorns barehanded. This is Carl Elkins, 1916 to 1985. And Oscar Elkins, 1895 to 1986. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to see if I can do anything with it. It's been a little while since anybody's been here. At least 80. Well, I don't know if it's been at least 80s, but the last grave is what, 86? I know there's a 2011. So yeah, it's been a minute. But I'll just see if I can. I'll be right back. I'll try. Well, no. I could not get it loose. It's frozen to the ground and, you know, weighs what? About 100 pounds to begin with. But I did notice the 2 footstones from those two are here. Mother and father. Inez. Oh, they both say mother. Okay. Inez and Marie both say mother on them. That is wild though, isn't it? It just goes to show, you know, it just goes to show that grave is 2011 right there. It just goes to show that you can get lost now just as easily as you could, you know, 100, 200 years ago. A grave can get lost just as easily now. That Edith Elkins right there, 2011, if no one documents that, it's lost. All right, let's see if we can't find this other one. Now I believe I see another flat down here. I think that might be it. But let me see what would be the best way to get through here. Under. Got a vine tangled around my leg. There we go. I'll pull a little harder. Okay, I still see fence. I still see fence line going down the hill. Well, that's a good sign anyway. The line's low, ain't it? Aha. Look what I see. I see a stone. I see two. Oh wow, this is a big one. This is a big one. You can't get into places like this in the summertime. You can forget that. Wow, I see some old ones. That's an old one right there. Huh. Imagine that. Okay, this first one in the lower cemetery is Charles Drake Blankenship, 1948 to 1959. Claude, I can't really get a whole lot closer. I guess y'all can see that for the brush here. Claude Smith, 1894 to 1951. Okay, we'll go down this side first. I can see more over that way too. That one looks really old on it. And that one. But I see some this way too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all out through there. I see 5 or 6 right here. Mark D. Buckland, 1971 to 1980. I do get myself into some interesting places though, don't I? From time to time. I can see there's a few more that are sunken that have no name on them. These two do. This is Mother Hannah Dean, 1890. I can't read the last number. There's a little screw that's rusted. Passed away January 9th, 1958. Come between these. See, there's one here with field stones. See there, and here, and there as well. We'll see if we can read anything on this one. We'll have to get a little creative. Can't really grab too many thorns and pull them, but you can step on them. I cannot make it out. But I'll see if I can't see if we can't zoom in. Maybe tell something. Looks very old though, don't it? And this one is Melissa Sinclair, I think. St. Clair. Yeah, St. Clair. 1956, 1850, I'm sorry, 1855 to 1930. There's a whole row, look at that. Oh my God, they say baby, 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 baby. Wow. That is, and a lot of cemeteries will have what they call, as weird as it sounds, baby land, where, you know, there'll be all children. I've seen several of those. Juanita Kitchen, 1934 to 1956. There's one here you can't read. One there's a stone. Oop, thorn got me by the head. That's not fun. The first one is John Brown, 1873 to 1953, and Janie Brown, 1884 to 1957. Look at those stones. They got bricks in them. A truck going down the railroad. This says Baby Brown. Baby Brown. Baby Brown. Baby Brown. Wow. Baby Brown. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now that is harsh. 5 children. This one is much bigger than I thought. Look at this. You can see dips all down through here. I had no clue this was this big. I thought they were both little ones. Okay, let me work around the perimeter here a little bit. I'm going to have to change batteries here in a second. No name on this one. Trying to think where would be how they came in. But I couldn't find any way other than the way I came in. Can you imagine carrying stuff, carrying coffins down here? Missing a big piece. Huh. Look at that. You can see born. I see a whole bunch of dips there. Here's one. I see several out through there. Here. There. I see something back this way. What's that? It's an old piece of a railroad. Drove into the ground right there. Piece of railroad track. There's another section there too. Boundaries of the cemetery, no doubt. Okay, back to it. That one's fell in. Wow, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this one little spot right here with no name at all. It's sad, ain't it? Because you know for a fact that those really are lost to all time, and there's no fixing it. Okay, I see some there. I'm kind of working my way around the perimeter here, and then get to the center. Make sure I'm not missing anybody out here. Look at that. Very snowy. Like this might have been the old way to come in. Looks like it might have been a trail at one time. Nope. This is part of it. There's one, and there's one. The tops are made the same. They're like pyramid. Let's see if we can. Okay, that ain't gonna work. No name. No name on either. See more field stones too. There's a grave. Here's one. Wow, just think guys, all of these people here that have no names, and I see stones all over. These are all lost to time, every one of them. There. Looks like two here. Two little ones, two children. Alright, where was the ones? I saw a bunch right here with names on them. To keep my eye on those. There's one. You can see there's a bunch through here. Here, there, two up there. I only see one with a stone though. Wait a minute. Huh. Buried a little deep, ain't it? Whole thing's underground. This is Father Charlie Ball, 1905 to 1965. Wow, look at that one. Let me get around the vines. Completely collapsed. Completely collapsed in. Okay, I see a fence post. Alright, presumably that's this side. Okay. That's better. Fresh battery. Took me a little 5-minute break. Ready to go again. You can see that this place is filled. I mean, there are just dips all over the place, everywhere you look. And there's just a handful of stones. But the thing about it, everyone here, this place doesn't exist, according to, you know, other than tax documents and one satellite image. It doesn't exist. Look at that. It says daughter. The name's gone, but all you can read is daughter. Somebody's daughter. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Lois Brown, born in 1961 and died, okay, October 2nd to October 2nd. 26th to 28th, I'm sorry. Two days. That one's sunk. That looks like an old military right there. The few over there. Let's go see this one. We'll see if I can get over there. Well, I should have came up from the other side. Will that go down? Nope. Over it is. Roy Lee Canterbury, West Virginia Tech Sergeant, 3367 Service Battalion, World War II, 1922, 1962. World War II vet. Okay. I think he's the only one over on this side. Let's go back that way. Not climb over the log again. Go through the brush. This is George and Ida Chapman. George was born in 1892 and passed away in 1970. And Ida was born in 1887 and passed away in 1976. That's how you do that, ain't it? Nice long life. I see a World War I right there. Okay, this is Old Maynard, 1849, 1929, and Minta Maynard, 1857 to 1923. And here's the World War I. Look at that. Leif Maynard, West Virginia, private, 34 Company, 153, 153rd Brigade, World War I, 96 to 1953. World War I vet. That one's a baby. You can see the lamb. Has the little lamb on top of it. Now, where was that? There was a group of about 6 that I was saving for last because they'd be easier to find, work around the perimeter. Where did they go? Lost my place. I guess that's not hard to do, is it? Over there they are. Look at that one on the other side of that tree right there, completely sunk in. Look at the game trail. You can see the game trail going right down through there. No name, but look at that stonework on that. And clover right in the middle. Name long gone though. Okay, we are headed right there. And that's that little cluster I saw. And naturally I'm walking right through. You know, there was one, over there's one. I'm walking right through countless graves that aren't here. Imagine that. None of this stuff is here. Other than, like I said, a couple small entries. One on a tax record and a satellite image that happened to catch it on a good clear day when the trees weren't green. Nothing on the back. I don't know if I can read this or not. S.P.E. Spencer S.L. Sloan, 1868, 1907. Okay, no name on that one. Let's see if there's something on the little one there. No, that's one we looked at earlier. I need to spin it now. No. Looks like it used to. Can't even tell which side that did have letters on. There's a plate. Billy Doss, 1928, 1956. Okay, that one has nothing. Paris Varney. Okay, do either of the obelisks have anything on them? Looks like these were all done same time. They're all made the same. That one, that one, that one, and that one are all made identical. somebody took boards, took slats or something, house slats, and made a form. But I don't see any letters. Same thing on that one. Vine's got me here. Hang on. Another vine got me over there. Okay, anything on this one? Looks like it used to have some writing, but it wasn't very deep. Wait a minute. 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 Did we just find something? Eliza M. Milton? Eliza M. Huh. Looks like 3 M, you know. Like an M with 3 humps. Could be Ann. Eliza Ann. Huh. Looks like Hilton. Maybe. Huh. Let's see if we can... either of these have anything on the top. No. Maybe. Thinking maybe it might have at one time, but it doesn't now, does it? Nothing. No, we tried. Alright, who's that over there? We gave it a good try, didn't we? At least we got Eliza. And you never know. Sometimes that'll turn up information about family that's supposedly buried with her. Little thorn. Eliza Ball was born July 7th, 1958. Looks like 1960 or 66, but I'm not sure. It's kind of strange though, isn't it? None of these, they were put here and simply forgotten. You know, family remembers, I'm sure, but to the rest of the world, they're forgotten. Until today, anyway. The ones we can find, at least. And this is about the best time of year. So you can see there's one. Used to have a picture or something. Right there. Quite the little adventure, isn't it? There's all that those babies right there in a row. That's terrible, isn't it? And for all we know, the rest of them, there's more there in a row. Could have been more. Could have been more. There's 5 for sure. Another one right there in the same exact row, just a different headstone. And then here and there, all the way. It's tough, isn't it? And then there's John and Janie Brown right there with all their children. Imagine, like I'm always saying, the stories that you find in graveyards. Could you imagine their story? John and Janie Brown's story. We know a lot of it already, don't we? Just from standing by their graves. We can tell a lot of their story just by looking, can't we? It was a hard story. Here he comes. Yeah, there's one. Has something on it. Almost missed that one. Maynard. Can't see. Name's gone. This says Maynard. And we're back at the top by the fence line. That's where the other little one is with the handful of graves right there. So according to the tax map, these were both shown as small squares. Look to be 20, 30 feet by 20, 30 feet, give or take. But I mean, look at this. This is the whole point. All the way down that way, all the way out, and back around all the way up through here. It's all filled in, just like sardines. But they've all been lost, the entire graveyard. It's wild, isn't it? You can live your whole life, do all the things you do, and all the places you go, and all the people you see and talk to, and you can still be forgotten. Weird, isn't it? Let's see which way. Not that way, I can tell you that much. That looks a little easier, don't it? See, the map showed them both being about the size of this one. But obviously, you know, that one just has a handful. And that is just filled. But anyway, guys, I guess that covers everybody that I can for the day. That's pretty much everyone that had a stone that I could read anyway. So we'll go ahead and get all of this fixed and create a listing for this graveyard and put everyone in it that we found, and hopefully we can maybe even find some family members that, you know, their obituary says they were buried with, or something along those lines. You know, you could maybe, you know, speculatively add those. But I think Heather, she's getting up there now. She's got thousands and thousands and thousands of find a grave listings. It's very rewarding, though. It is. We do get a lot of messages from time to time. You know, you showed so-and-so and my grandmother, and, you know, and I thought Papa was over here, but you showed his grave. I know where he's at now. You know, we get a lot of that stuff, too. But anyway, guys, I guess it is time for me to get my little butt on out of here. Got another one done, another adventure in the books, and another old lost graveyard that ain't lost anymore. A whole bunch of souls that ain't lost anymore. Now all I gotta do is get back out of here. But I guess I've climbed out of worse, ain't I? I've done worse. But anyway, guys, I guess that pretty much covers just about everything we can do here today. So anyway, I appreciate all of y'all coming along with me today and keeping me company, you know, while we're out here documenting all of these old graveyards, and you know, get to bring you guys along with me and, you know, show you around and show you some of the beautiful scenery here in southern West Virginia. But until next time, guys, we will see you a little bit later. Hillbillies out.